morning from Head Gardener McGrady, who, of course, will be here at 6:15 later on. It's never been a better time to get out and grow it, and he helps people with their gardening questions. The gardening Q&A from 6:15 tonight. She's back. It's great. I had a little moment there, a little worry that you disappeared altogether there, Gilda. Did you do that to me on purpose?
I don't know what happened. I ran out of the internet with my computer. Now I'm with my phone. I'm sorry about that.
That's not at all. Not at all. We coped well with that, and. Yeah, well, the last picture I saw of you, you were on your screen like this, and I was thinking, oh, Gilda's meditating. She's getting into a zen-like mind frame before joining us on the show. Good morning to you. Olá, bom dia, tudo bem?
Bom dia a todos. Happy Monday.
Absolutely. And it looks very bright and sunny where you are. Which side of the water you're on this morning? Are you in town, in the city?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Seixal.
South side.
Yes.
Okay. All right. It looks very bright and sunny there this morning.
Yeah, it is. But when I look to Lisbon, I can see Lisbon from here. It's dark.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's unusual, isn't it? Because you get the great view from south of the river of the beautiful colours of the Lisbon, what's it called? The Lisbon landscape. But not this morning by the sound of it.
No, it's a little bit dark if we look.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it this morning. I know you're a busy lady. We all know that. But you help us on a Monday. A bit of a visa update. If there's anything anybody wants to know about visas, do pop those questions in the comments. But I loved this question from somebody on the Facebook groups are just so informative and hilarious, aren't they? In equal measure, I think. First time abroad, so please pardon my ignorance, asks this correspondent, or says this correspondent, and then asks, I'll be spending some time at the homes of former Portuguese diplomats during my time here in Lisbon. This is the key question for you this morning, Gilda, and this is something we all want to know because we will hopefully be entering the homes of Portuguese people. I don't know if there'll be diplomats or not, but it'll be the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything customary that I should be aware of when going to people's homes, i.e. bring a gift, take your shoes off, leave them on? What should we do when we enter the home of a Portuguese person, please?
Well, the Portuguese don't have the habitude of taking the shoes off.
Oh, okay.
So you should keep your shoes.
Please keep your shoes on. Okay. It would be weird.
And then when you are invited to go to someone's house, you always take wine. Okay, like wine is mandatory. You take a bottle of wine. Take a bottle of wine, or a Porto. And you give to the gentleman, and you take either flowers or chocolates, and you give to the lady. And if you know how to cook a dessert, it's always welcome if you bring a dessert.
Anything else? Sleeping bag?
No, that would be all.
Okay, so and it's
but it's funny because sometimes when we go out with friends, my husband says, are we going to spend the weekend? Because I take many things, many bottles, and then the cakes.
Yes, that's
and then
So a trolley with you. So we've got let's break those down then one by one. Wine, always an interesting thing with wine, isn't it? Because I don't think you should show off and be ostentatious and sort of take something too expensive necessarily. Or doesn't it matter? I mean, and definitely you don't want to be buying anything too cheap, do you? Because
no,
a lot of expats.
It should be balanced, not too expensive and not too cheap.
Yeah,
and if the people, if the person that is receiving you, it is polite to open the wine that you gave, okay, and you taste them together, okay. But sometimes it can happen that the wine doesn't match the food, and the people would say, "Oh, excuse me, but we will leave this wine for later because it doesn't match the food we are eating." But it is supposed that the person opens the wine that you bring, and you all taste it together. So if it's too cheap, it's not going to look good for you.
Remember that. Yeah, they're not just going to put it in their present drawer or take it to the next party they go to. You may well have to drink it, so bear that in mind.
But sometimes it happens when we don't have time to drink because there are too many guests and too many bottles. We take the same bottles to the next party.
it could go round completely a full circle. And then hold on a minute. I think I remember buying that.
No, but it's you need to keep in mind sometimes. Okay, who gave us this? I usually have a good memory, so it comes easy. So I don't make that mistake. I try not to make that mistake.
Write in pencil on the bottle, couldn't you, just to see where it's gone? Okay, and so the sense I get is the Portuguese people are rightly proud of their wine. So it might be good to have a little bit of a backstory. So, you know, for me, when I lived in the Bairrada region, I would always take something from the Bairrada and say, look, you know, this is from my doorstep, basically. So a little bit of a backstory is good as well.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
There is a place that I always go on from time to time. I go in Alentejo, and they make wine, and it's not all for sale on the supermarkets because it's a small production, but the wine is very good. So sometimes when every time I go there, I bring a lot of bottles and I give those when I go to people's house. And yes, there is a background, there is a story, and we tell, and then we drink the wine.
I'm loving this. Okay, we are getting a few contributions coming in, and yes, normal is so last century. That's so true. So Lee will be here at 6:15. That's great. He's off to have a busy day, and he'll be joining us. He puts his feet up, has a beer, and talks to us about gardening, which is fantastic. House sitting in the Algarve next month is Louise. So looking forward to that hospitality. It better live up to all this picture he's been painting, hasn't it? All these last 2 weeks. Algarve this, Algarve that. Anyone would think he's a big fan. Bom dia todos from Ron in Cascais. Loving how you put in the Portuguese in there, Ron. Thank you. Fantastic. Cascais, I'm sure, is looking fabulous this morning. Yeah, normal is last century, darling, from Louise there. Matthias, hey, good morning. Bom dia todos, Amsterdam. We got you on the forum finally. That's fantastic, Matthias. Bon dia from a cooler Alcobaça, in every sense of the word, I suspect, they're temperature-wise. And it is a very cool place to be. They had a fantastic market there over the weekend. Saw the picture. Thank you, Pam. Bon dia, Carl. Survived the fire. Yes, sadly, a massive fire in the Algarve over the weekend as well, which appears to be under control. But they're concerned, of course, that the wind might whip it up again. So fingers crossed for safety down there in the Algarve. Who's Frank? Good question. Yeah, you might remember him. He used to hang around here on a Monday morning, on a Friday evening, missing it in Algarve still. But we look forward to speaking to him soon. What were you sharing recipes? Yeah, we did a recipe. We did tomato rice, and we may well do, if I can find it, or Alyssa, if you can send me the link to your chicken recipe, we'll do that later on this morning after we've sent Gilda on her way. Good morning from Arganil district of Coimbra. Beautiful river beach. Goish, Arganil, great place, central Portugal, from Zé Campos there. Magdalena, very wet in Maastricht, but luckier than most around here. Absolutely, Magdalena. Paul, you will. Friends and sunshine in the Algarve. Okay, so where are these cultural and visa questions? Oh, here we go. Matthias says, I'm an EU citizen, German, living in the Netherlands. I'm wondering if the D7 visa is something I can apply for, as it comes with some tax benefits. I probably won't have otherwise, just moving as an EU citizen. You can't do that, can you, Gilda? You can't do a visa if you're a Schengen person.
If you are an European citizen, you cannot apply for the D7. The D7, it's not applicable to you. Okay, but the good news is you can still apply for the NHR.
There you go, Matthias. So we can get you a reduced tax. I say we. It's best left to the professionals.
We are
family.
We are family.
I got my sister Gilda with me. Yes. Okay. So there you go. So go for NHR, but don't mess about with the D7. You know, you're EU citizen.
Yeah, don't. It's not for you. And the thing is, you come to Portugal. You apply for your NIF, your tax number. We can do that on your behalf. You open a Portuguese bank account. You find a place to stay. When you find a place to stay, you make your registration as an European citizen living in Portugal. And with that registration, we can take care of your changing of tax residency to Portugal and apply to the NHR.
So there you go. Simple steps. I mean, and there's a 90-day limit on that, is there? You've got to, if you stay longer than 90 days, you have to do that anyway, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
You can do it before.
Yeah, and you can do it before. It was so easy. It's what British people used to enjoy. But I'm not going to rub that in this morning. Let's come on. Yes, I remember Frank. Is he back from the? No, I think he's gone there for good. A bit like in Apocalypse Now, where Marlon Brando ends up in the hills. It's pretty much what Frank's done in the Algarve. Tatoro. That's a very colloquial greeting, isn't it? You good? From Andre there. Thank you very much for a tatoro from you. Tatoro. Always bring wine, plenty of it. Okay, so going back to this excellent information this morning. Yeah, when turning up at a Portuguese house, take wine, plenty of it. Whether you're a drinker or not, I'm not drinking this year, as you may have heard. I'm still going to be taking wine, though, when I go to someone's house. And I've got to do that clip, Gilda, of your face where we did that interview, and I said, I'm not drinking for a year.
I don't agree with you. I don't even understand why.
Yeah, you thought it might be injurious to my health, even as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
I was worried.
Okay, I've only got, I think, maybe 350 odd days to go. Matosinhos this morning. Joel is there. Bon dia, and he's got something to say about this as well. Sleeping bag not necessary. And this is interesting. You might want to comment on this. And you will unleash the Portuguese fury, and nobody wants that. If you put it in the fridge, is that the sleeping bag or the wine or what?
No, it's the wine. It's the wine. If you put the wine in the fridge,
don't go into other people's fridges. Is that the message?
No, it's because many people like to put red wine on the fridge, and we hate that.
Yes, why? Of course you do. I mean, there's no reason to do that unless it's.
But many people do it. Many people just come with the red wine and want to put it on the fridge because it's the weather is warm and they want to drink red wine cool.
You have a glass of water, right? If you need that.
Yeah.
And then
but some people do it, so I understand that comment.
Yes, and they are on a list somewhere, aren't they? In the various consulates or embassies, they're on a special list of people who put red wine in the fridge. It will not be forgotten. Don't do that.
It should be.
Gary's here. Ponte Alegria Tours. Gary, stick around because I think we've answered this story. There's a hotel in the Algarve that wants pictures of Paul McCartney, who played there in an impromptu concert. And I think you were involved in this. 1968, that goes back to. I think I've unearthed the picture. We've also got pictures of dolphins in the Tejo to show you later on, so stick around for that, folks. Phil Cookland's here. Hola, Ponte Alegria. Ice cubes, as usually it's done in the UK. So no ice cubes in the wine either?
Only if those are the same wine cubes. Some people do it, if you want to cook, you open one bottle of wine and you do some ice cubes with that wine, and then you put in the wine that you're drinking. That is okay.
Yes, that's the way to do it. What a great idea. I never thought of that. But not water. Come on. That's just
not water. No, never do that.
Good morning, everyone. Great to see you, Gilda from Gemini. That would be the He doesn't even drink. Morning all from Nigel. Good morning, Nigel. Maxine's here as well from London. Hey, Maxine. Elra, I was once asked to put lemonade on port and lemon. That's, come on. Not sure I was able to disguise my disgust. That's another no-no there. We're learning a lot this morning. So somebody put lemonade in the Porto. Not good, right?
No, doesn't look good. It's like ruining the lemonade and ruining the port wine.
Yeah.
But we were going to have some tips how to make friends in Portugal.
Okay, sorry. We'll come back. Is the Friday night club still happening? Yes, Nigel, under new management. I need a long-term visa to be able to work. I'm now living in Portugal. I have my NIF atestado and bank account. Where do I need to apply for my visa?
You need to apply in the consulate of your home country, dear.
This is an EU person, though, I think, right? So can they not just go to their camera or seek your professional services?
Oh, if she's an EU person, she doesn't need a visa.
Yeah, so there you go. You don't need a visa; you just need to register.
Yeah.
But check with Gilda and team just to get the final confirmation on that. I'll put the link to Gilda and team in the business directory. Okay, so there we go. This is coming back to your question, which you're keen to answer, Gilda, or my question. What's the best way to become more Portuguese and less British and make Portuguese friends? Sounds to me like you've got a bit of a list of do's and don'ts there.
Yeah, I was thinking about it since you told me you wanted to bring this subject, and many people are asking me also. And what I say is, I'll go to Expats Portugal and they'll take care of that. But
Outsourcing.
it's because I'm not having a very many time to socialize these days because of COVID and because of the work. But I made an effort to remember how was it before and how we would do it. Okay,
Yeah,
and also because I was an immigrant, I know how I did it to meet new people and to have new friends when I was in a different country. Okay.
yeah,
And most of the Portuguese will understand that because many of them, like me, they migrated in the past years. Okay. Almost all the Portuguese migrated before.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they will understand. One thing you should do if you want to make friends in Portugal is that you should go to the coffee next in your neighborhood, like every day at the same hour, because you will meet the same people.
Very
They will
good.
be there,
Yes.
and once you go there for more than 5 times, the attendants will know you and will start bringing the things that you like without you even asking. So
Oh,
you can start, yeah, we can start chatting with the people that work there and the people that are there every day, because the Portuguese like routines with their coffee. They always go to the same place and they always go at the same hour and they always bring the same people. So if you go to your neighborhood coffee shop at the same hour, it's a very good way to make friends. Okay.
that's great. Excellent.
Yeah. For the ladies, it's
Oh,
a very good way to make friends. It's go to the same hairdresser
oh, yeah.
at the same day.
Yep.
It's a very, I know many people from my hairdresser, and I also have many clients that I met on the hairdresser.
I think it's the same for men, to be fair. If you get a barber,
Yeah.
that is the center of culture, isn't it? And hairdressers know so much. If I may add something in there, this is also a way to lose friends. If I may make a message to hairdressers in Portugal, because what the time I went to a lady's hairdresser to have a haircut, the hairdresser said to me, "Have you thought about having a hair transplant?" And I was quite offended. But I discovered she's actually a neighbour of yours. I think she's from. Are all people in Sejal like that? Quite direct.
No, the Portuguese are like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's
They are
true.
quite direct. The
Yeah, so
Portuguese
she
are
didn't
like
mean
that.
anything. She didn't mean anything bad by it. It was just like
No,
you're
no,
quite careful. That's
she's just
basic.
telling what she thinks.
Consumer advice. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So just be prepared for that directness as well. I think. Okay. All right, and
yeah,
don't and make a new honest friend in that person.
yeah.
Hmm.
And also, if your town has a club, almost all the towns have a club. It's very
Yes.
good to join the club and to support the club and the sports and the activities that the club does.
Yep. Okay.
That is an awesome way of making friends.
Yes.
Okay, to help the clubs, the local clubs with their activities, because they have games and they have parties when parties are allowed,
Yeah.
and it's very important. Sometimes when I go to Alentejo, I go to the local clubs, or when I spend my holidays in the Algarve, I also go to the local clubs to support them, and because they have good food and they are very
Yeah.
nice.
And this is
Good
for the
and
local
cheap.
people.
Good and cheap.
Good
Yeah,
and
good
cheap
and
and
cheap food.
local stuff, local people.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I'm doing quite well on your checklist because if I think about it, local club, association, cafe, check. I went there with the kids, got some gelados. We've been back and we've had a good time. The kids are learning, speaking Portuguese with the guy in there, Ricardo. And then the local restaurant, which has just opened up, we try and go there every week. These are important things, but that's a new thing to me, going at the same time, because then people can get a sense of your health as well, can't they? So if you say, after a while, fifth time, a cafe or mer de leite y torrada, and you say, no, risotto camarão. It's like, whoa, what's happened to you? Why
yeah,
are you not
yeah.
having toast this morning? Is everything okay?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good. So let's
exactly.
check on your health. Very, very good. And I think we can have like a soap opera one day, maybe with a cafe like this, like Cheers or Friends. And it could be this group of expats who go to the cafe at the same time every day. And it's going to be amazing. So we'll have to pitch that to a TV company. Anything else, Gilda, for you got to go, haven't you? Just finally then, making friends in Portugal.
Yeah, if you have kids, it's also easy to put kids on activities, and then when you are watching the kids on the activities, the parents are chatting, and most
Mm,
likely you will end up booking a dinner together.
yes, yes, and then you know what to do. I mean, and is that? Do I take it that that's quite a rite of passage or a milestone in relationships when you get invited to Portuguese people's homes? They really have accepted you, right? Because they don't throw that around, do they? They don't do that.
No, they don't throw that around.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
first you go for a coffee, and
yeah,
then you go for a lunch or a dinner out, and then only like on the fourth or fifth getting together, you are invited for people's home.
yeah. Very, very good.
But a very good tip is that if you move to a building, you should go and introduce yourself, like door to door.
Oh,
Yeah, and explain I'm from England. I've just arrived.
yeah.
I'm going to be living on the third floor. If you need anything, let me know. That is very good. We among the Portuguese we do that also.
Yeah. So, and then do it in Portuguese, and then after about 2 minutes of you doing your best Portuguese, probably somebody will in the flat downstairs will say, "I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you very much. I'll talk English now if you need to." But yeah,
Yeah. No, but I was saying that we among the Portuguese we do that.
yes. Well, that's a great idea. I mean, that's just good manners, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's a good manner. It's people knowing that they have a good neighborhood, new neighbor,
Yeah.
and that maybe they can help you. And it's very funny because I had this client that she turned up to be neighbors of a cousin of mine in Lisbon.
Ah, so you made a
Yeah,
connection. Yeah, yeah, amazing.
I
Okay.
didn't make a connection. They connected like
Yeah.
this, you know. She went there and she said, "Hello, I'm from Brazil. I've been living here now." Da 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 da. And then at some point she invited them for a wine at her place, and they went there. And then when she was talking about the process, she brought my name up, and then he was, "No, she's my cousin."
Brilliant, brilliant. But that really
Yeah.
helps. That's so reassuring when you're in a new country to make these connections. So, Gilda,
So
thank you.
neighborhoods are very important.
Absolutely.
Hairdressers and statisticians are very important. The
And
Portuguese
taxi
are
driver.
they like have a thing with the nails, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is for the woman,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
okay?
Well, okay.
Portuguese have a thing with nails. Nails always need to be perfect, okay?
Oh,
Everybody goes to take care of the nails. So this is a tip if you're arriving in Portugal for the ladies, that you should take care of your nails.
I see.
Everybody's going to look at your nails.
Okay, okay.
We
And
are
is there?
very picky with that.
Well, that's very interesting. And then, so you would tell a lot about a woman by the condition of her nails, then.
Yes.
Okay, Gary. There's an answer to your question. Look at nails more and make judgments based on them. For men, is it important to have a properly trimmed beard and clean fingernails? I hope so.
Yes.
Yes,
Clean fingernails. All.
yes, and a thoroughly washed beard.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry if you're having your breakfast at the moment. Gilda, just a couple of
Yeah.
quick questions. I know you're going to go. NHR, that's interesting. We're on target to move January 2022. We'll be contacting Gilda again shortly, recorrect paperwork for NIFs, etc. I am Dutch. Mike is a Brit. So, yes, NHR, it just doesn't apply to other than those outside the Schengen area, Magdalena. So, I hope that's been helpful to you. And one question of a cultural nature. Where are these clubs? Somebody was asking. I can't find it right now. I think that's. Oh, yeah.
It depends from town to town. You have
Yeah.
to look.
Okay, so that's part of it anyway, isn't it? It's go and have a wander around your town and your village.
But
and your neighborhood.
every village has a club. Every
Yeah, yeah, that's
even
right.
the
Very
little,
important, isn't
very
it?
little.
And support the bomberos as well at every
Yeah.
chance. Right? The bomberos is part of local life too, and that is well worth supporting the firefighters. Gilda,
And
have
this
I?
is a message.
Go
This
on.
is a message. I'm talking a lot today. Sorry, Carl.
No, it's fine. I just don't want to keep you unnecessarily. It's amazing. Thank you.
But one tip: it's very important if you are moving to a country that you make part of the community.
Oh yeah.
It's very important.
Mhm.
Don't put yourself aside. You know, just be among us. try to drink a lot of our culture.
Literally.
And what you said about the fire station is very important. Go to the fire station next to you, ask if they are needing something, introduce yourself, say that now you are living here and you want to help the community somehow. It's very important.
Yeah, you could take some crates of bottled water. Oh, it's always going to go down well, isn't it, for the firefighters to stay hydrated if they're on a shout or whatever. So yeah, or I see that the things they really want are bottled water and also those power bars or whatever they're called. Can't remember the name of them now, but a snack energy bars. That's what they need as well.
And also, if you live in a small town and they you can do it in a bigger town also, but it's easier to do it in a small town. You can adopt a parent or a grandparent, because there are many old people alone.
Yes.
And you can go and visit them when we are not in COVID time.
I have to ask.
Important.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Gilda. Just one final question then. If this is a cross-cultural reference and question here, if port with lemonade is a no-no, which I think comes as a bit of a disappointment possibly to Pamela, how about a cheeky Vimto? Do you know what a cheeky Vimto is?
No.
I think it's a really interesting soft drink from the UK, I think, as I recall, cherryish in flavour, and I think the cheeky is probably to put some alcohol in it. I don't know if it's vodka or if you could put port in there. That said, though, I mean, Portonico is a very popular drink now, isn't it? So what should you use for that? Should you only use cheap port to go in a Portonico?
Should I only
should you only use cheap port? This port and tonic drink that people
no, never use cheap Porto.
I thought you might say that.
Okay. Life is too short to drink.
Life is too short.
Cheap wine.
I mean, and it's good value.
And to stay 1 year without drinking also.
You're not over it, are you? And I'm not quite myself. But you're more upset about it than I am, and it's me that's doing it. So there we go. Quote of the day to send you on your way from Gilda. Life is too short to drink cheap wine. Perfect place to park up the conversation for today. You'll be back, of course, next Monday. Gilda, have a great week. Thank you for starting our week.
You too. It's always a pleasure, and I'm very happy with all the expats community. They are so kind to me. And talking about gifts, everyone knows about gifts because they keep bringing me flowers and chocolates and wine. So I think they already know everything about it.
But no desserts as yet.
No desserts yet, yeah. But they are okay because actually I'm wrong, because Martin Peak he brought me some cupcakes, very good cupcakes. So
excellent. Oh, I meant to ask you. So, are there any flowers you shouldn't take? Because sometimes, if you go to visit people in hospital, you're not supposed to take red flowers, are you? Or is it chrysanthemums that you're not meant to take to Portuguese people? Did I read that somewhere?
I don't know. I'm not aware of that. I'm not very expert in flowers, so I can't help you with that.
Just a nice bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
What's your signature dessert? What do you take when you're going to someone's house?
I do a very good apple crumble.
Do you? That doesn't sound very traditional Portuguese to me.
No, it isn't. But that's, sometimes we get a little bit sick of the traditional Portuguese. I do.
Can't believe you said that.
No, because the Portuguese desserts are very heavy and very sweet.
They are very sweet.
Very sweet. So if you put a crumble with the apple there, it will cut the sweet.
Very good. I don't think I will ever tire of an arroz doce.
But I prefer to bring starters.
Oh, it's a twist. It's a plot twist. Just as we're saying goodbye, suddenly she's told us the rules, and now she's breaking them herself. The wrong dessert.
I prefer to bring starters.
And what would that be? What sort of starter would you bring? Well, like some olives and some cheese. And,
No, a good cheese, a good presunto.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And I make this. It's a cheesecake, that has jam on it, and it
Yeah.
goes to the oven. It's very good,
Baked
and
cheesecake.
it's crispy. Yeah.
That's a dessert, though, right? You're confusing me now. That's not a starter.
No, it's a starter. It's
What?
a starter. Yeah.
A starter
Cheese.
cheesecake.
It's cheese with. It's like in an envelope of this. I don't know how to say massa
Filo pastry.
furada. Yeah, filo pastry.
Oh, okay.
And it
So
has some jam on it. Yeah, and then you cut it, and it's crispy, and it's very good.
oh my goodness! I wish you hadn't said that, because that is actually making my stomach rumble. Will you please? Will you bring the recipe for that next Monday?
I will.
And maybe even a picture. Actually, just
Maybe.
come and just do the show together and bring it, so that we can. Is that pata negra? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, pata negra.
Pata negra, mouth. It really is. That's got me going there, both in my belly and in my mouth there. Oh my word!
Wasn't this a Monday about food? It's now
It was
culture,
used to be.
food, visas, everything.
Stop it, everybody. All I've got is a little bit of water left here. Gilda, have a great week. Ciao, ciao.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. There
Have
she
a
goes.
nice
Oh,
Bye.
fantastic. Gilda Pereira from Assessoria Migrant. There. Let me just put the link to Gilda and the team in the comments on the screen there. Migration-consulting in our business directory. Should you need her services, Cheeky Vimto, says Pam, is port with Blue Wicked. Now, I imagine I'd love to see a Portuguese person trying that for the first time. So this is what you do in Britain, is it? And imagining that the Queen might even drink that as a Portuguese person being introduced to that for the first time. We have got the great mystery of Paul McCartney playing in the Algarve in 1968. I think we've unearthed the correct photo, or a photograph. I'll tell you the story in just a moment. But first, I've got to show you what's happened in the Tejo River just recently. This is beautiful. This is good news. On a Monday we kind of veer off towards talking about the news, because I think we have some sort of responsibility to keep on top of global and national affairs here, but we do drag our feet as we move our way towards it each Monday morning. I want to catch up with you. What's new for you as well? Do tell me, please. But look at this. In the Tejo, there's the April 25th bridge, of course. Dolphins spotted it in the river. This, I think, was just only a week. Oh, July the 10th. Fantastic photos from Bernardo Queiroz here. Let me just show you all of them that he very kind. Look at that. The Belém Tower on the right in the distance there. And Trafaria. Trafaria is great. You can get the ferry over there from... what's it called? The ferry port, Caixa de Sodré, on the Lisbon side, or the the city side. Go over to Trafaria, some great restaurants over there. But look at the dolphins frolicking in the game. Always got a smiley face, haven't they? Dolphins, or so it would seem. I don't know if it's actually happy or not. It just looks happy to me under the April 25th bridge there. Isn't that a beautiful sight? So thank you very much, the Terra Incognita Sailing Academy and Bernardo Queiroz for taking those photographs. He's probably out minding his own business, sailing in the Tejo, and then a pod of dolphins turns up like that. Isn't that fabulous? Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so let's go to your comments. Let's see what you've been up to. Let's see which questions I've missed for Gilda. But thank you, everybody, for your sterling contributions this morning. Yes, Friday Night Club is still happening. If Andrew's here, or Gary will be able to give you a link for that, Nigel. And Lisa, yes, so you're not EU. Yes, it looks to me like you do need to speak to Gilda and her team. You can get a free, I beg your pardon. You can get an introductory session with Gilda and the team, which costs €100. It's not free, it's €100 plus EVA, but you can get a 10% discount on that if you're a premium member. Well worth, I think that's a real fact find, and also lets you know what you didn't know, basically. So you can book that up with Gilda and the team. Tell her who sent you. Gary, what's the best way to become more British and less Portuguese? Sorry, more Portuguese and less British. I hope that was helpful, Gary. Stay tuned, mate. There's this you're part of the solving of the Maca mystery. And Magdalena, we've sorted Magdalena out. Phil Cooklin starting the long drive tonight. Whoop, whoop. And I love that, if I may say so, Phil. You on Facebook, you said, I've only got one key now. And keys are so symbolic, aren't they, of our attachment to buildings and maybe our own shacklement, if that's the word. And there you were with you. I've only got the one key and it's for the camper van. I could smell the adventure coming from the picture there, Phil. Bon voyage, bon voyage. I will cut, and you're going to send postcards from your journey. We're loving this idea, Phil. We're going to get the occasional snapshot and maybe the occasional video or voice recording from Phil along that journey from the UK to Portugal. Isn't that going to be great? Matthias, I will come to Portugal in September for 2 weeks vacation and want to get my NIF then, as well as a bank account. Good plan, Matthias. Where can I find information about this NHR? I'll tell you what, if you type NHR, you will find that it's all over the internet, the NHR. But speak to Gilda and team for specific information on that, or search NHR in our forum, and you'll get a bit more specific information, and likely people who've gone through the process as well, which is always useful. Matthias, Thunder Duck, Carl, I've got shelf space for your unused wine. That's very kind of you, but I'm actually, if I get given any wine, which I did actually on Friday, and I hope I'm not breaching a confidence here, but I met with the wonderful Nuno Mendes. We are properly insured for our health now, this household, and he brought me 2 bottles of sweet wine, liqueur wine, from his part of the Setúbal, however you say it. Thank you, Nuno, for that. I'm looking forward to speaking to you again soon. Nuno was great when he was on the show. We're going to get him back because he's a bit of a Bear Grylls on the QT as well. Have you seen Along Came Polly? He's a mixture. You know, the 2 characters, the 2 male characters in Along Came Polly. You've got Ben Stiller, who's the risk analyst. That is, of course, what Nuno does because he's in the insurance business. But he's also like the Australian fella who's getting his life insured with all these dangerous things he does, because Nuno is part of the scouting movement here in Portugal, which is very important actually in Portuguese culture. And we'll be talking to him live from a scouting event, I think, in September. Looking forward to that. So he's Bear Grylls and Ben Stiller mixed up in one. Bon dia from Capricorn 12. Good morning to you, Capricorn. How are you doing this morning? Who would dare put red in the fridge? I know it's a terrible habit and should be stopped, and it will not be looked on kindly in Portugal. Be easygoing people, except when you put red in the fridge. Red wine can get hot and it does change the flavor. Yeah, okay, fair point there, Gary. But let's not be chilling that. Let's just bring it to the right temperature, right? Non-EU. Okay, Lisa, I think we've helped you there. Let me know if we haven't. What if I live in Germany and moving to Portugal? I am American. Okay, so you are American. The Schengen agreement will not apply to you unless you do have a German passport, if you've managed to do that, Amara. Okay, otherwise it's D7 most likely for you. Other Ds are available. Sending off for a signed photo of Macca so I can put it up on the dartboard. I think I can help there, Gary. Stay tuned. We were traveling near Montchique and sadly the smell of burnt grass was apparent. And you don't mean like at the Vasco da Gama shopping centre, not that smell of burnt grass that I can smell up there, you naughty students. You're talking about, sadly, the fires or the big fire over the weekend. Pretty grim scenes coming from there. Hopefully they've got it under control now. Fogush.pt. I'll put that in the comments because that's what you need. It's a very good resource for keeping you in touch with where the fires are, so you can stay safe yourself and keep updated on the state of fires in Portugal. But that's awful when you can smell that. Very spooky. The north of the Algarve is beautiful and very green with lovely valleys, says Paul. Give it a rest, Paul, about the Algarve. Actually, don't. Keep singing its praises. It's lovely to hear it. Is it possible to get a residence visa without going back to the US? I think you have to leave the country, strange. I'm not sure about that. And again, I'm not the expert. I am merely a signposter, Amara. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the team will answer that by email just to kick off the proceedings. Any help you need with that, let me know. Pamela, yes, Cheeky Vimto. We now know what's in a Cheeky Vimto, and we will have photographs of Portuguese people trying Cheeky Vimtos, hopefully in due course. In Portugal, I'm seen as reserved and quiet. In Finland, I'm seen as an extrovert. Isn't that interesting, Elra? And so possible. Lonnie McLaughlin, everybody, he's here. He's among us. Bon dia, Carl and Gilda. I had a most amazing conversation with Lonnie. Great to have you here this morning, Lonnie. Because I think normally you're watching this on the replay, aren't you? Submitted my D7 visa, thanks to both of you. Now in Porto for 1 month as a tourist and will be settled here soon. So obviously able to tune in. Now we're in the same time zone. If you're coming to the Silver Coast, Lonnie, I would love to have a glass of water with you. That's... Thank you so much for chipping in this morning, and I'll pass your message on to to Gilda there. That's a great idea, the coffee shop thing. Is it acceptable to sit in a coffee shop and work on a laptop? Yes, if you buy some coffee. I mean, come on. Those folks, and I know who you are, and some of you have even outed yourselves to me as sitting in coffee shops all day without buying the coffee. Don't do that. I mean, it's not like it's Starbucks, is it, where you've got to pay like several quid or euro or dollars to get a coffee. I mean, I would say buy a coffee every 30 minutes you're in there at least. Get some toast, you know, in exchange for the lovely atmosphere and facilities. Make sure you put some money in the pockets of the cafe owner. I think it's thoroughly acceptable, Louise, as long as that condition of Carl is honoured there. Question for Gilda, but you know that, Louise. That wasn't aimed at you, by the way. Question for Gilda. We have the house in the Algarve, Silvish. Can I do the D7 there? As I am here for 2 weeks now, then back in September for 3 months. I've already done 6 weeks this year. Far too technical for me. And sorry, I didn't get that to Gilda. We got distracted, didn't we? But that's that. Take that to the team, Nigel. Again, if you need an introduction, let me know. I'm going to Peniche for 2 weeks to meet locals to practice speaking Portuguese. Excellent, Pete and Jackson. That's the way to do it. Jump in. You will get a warm welcome. We have elderly parents, one with terminal cancer. Sorry to hear that, Nigel, in the UK, but also want my driving license, so it has to be done by the end of the year. Yeah, complex with the driving, isn't it? And let us know how you get on with that. Let us know what help you need with that as well, Nigel, with this crazy driving license business. I recommend volunteering to make friends. And of course, if you watch Pam's interview on the show here, she tells you all about it. That's a great episode. Search, I think on our YouTube channel, if you search volunteering in Portugal, you'll find that. And it's a great interview and a lovely insight into the great benefits Pamela has experienced and the great benefits she's given the community, actually, by being a volunteer. Introducing your neighbours, yourself to your neighbours is something we do also where I grew up in Germany, in Pfalz. Says Matthias. It's good manners. It's good breeding, good culture. That also going to classes is good for meeting people. I've been to dance classes and art classes. Thank you for that. Making friends, becoming more Portuguese. My neighbours are great. Have been really helpful in sorting things for the house. Yeah, always happy to help. You know, there's always, someone's going to turn up with a toolkit if you're in trouble, or a snake charming kit, or whatever it is you might need, and laugh at the little snake that you said, there's a massive snake in my house, and they'll turn up and say, oh, is that it? I've brought something for that. Oh, I'm holding up my green fly swat, which doesn't work well on the green screen. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, magic tricks. Back with more magic later. Okay, I noticed that in Venezuela, when I was living there, nails, very important to have them polished beautifully. Okay, very interesting. So, yeah, you heard that. Oh, dear, says Louise, though, I barely run a brush through my hair and went to a nail bar once and never again. I'm not going to fit in. You're going to be fine. Did you see those? If you're a Facebook friend of mine, you'll have seen those shoes that look like feet. They're like foot gloves. Surely we can get those for the right occasions for the hands as well, like a pair of, you know, matching your own flesh color with beautifully manicured nails. Just slide them on for the right occasion. If that isn't being done, maybe that's one for the Cockerel's Coop tomorrow, for the Dragon's Den type people to invest in. I'm going to say here, Deborah, that you're stuck. I can't have long nails due to the job I do. Again, the same gloves for you. I think we've got 2 customers already. They get in the way when I'm holding power drills and saws. You're excused. Wow. Firefighters in Portugal are volunteers, so they appreciate the help, says Elra. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else. Thank you, Gilda, from Dominique. Absolutely. Always thanks to Gilda. Isn't she amazing? When I was still in Portugal, when eating out, I would always choose international cuisine. It was only after I left that whenever I go back, I always go for traditional food. I'm not sure I understand that. Hold on a minute. Choose international. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, fair enough. Yes. I guess you were a local, so when you were going out, you want to try something a bit different, and then now you're coming back, having been away. The prodigal returns and asks for the traditional food. Isn't that amazing? Pete and Jackson, baked camembert, yes, or pata negra, mouth-watering. Marvelous. Carl is fully integrated in the culture, only talks about food. Yes. Andrew is here. Andrew, I think Nigel needs the link to the new man cave. Congratulations, fellas, on successfully handling my baton. And taking care of that. Really appreciate it. It's a man cave joke there. Friday night is alive thanks to the community. Absolutely. Viva Forza, the man cave. Brilliant job, Andrew, and those men who alongside him, the band of brothers. Bon dia, povo. Actually, a new greeting I want to share with you. I'm seeing this more and more. Portuguese people say viva as well, which is that like hi or greetings. Margarida is here. Saying hello to everybody from the same household there, I think. Nigel, search Portuglish YouTube channel for the Man Cave. Man Cave Reloaded. There you go. Gilda is still here. I'm jealous about the wine, says Gilda. We tried Vinho d'Italia. Incredible. That's not butcher's wine, is it? Because that's Taglio. But Margarita, thanks for that little tip. Write that down if you're a wine fan. Vinho d'Italia there. And Fogos.pt, that's how to keep track of the fires and what's going on, staying safe, and updates on fires in action and under control. I think you should talk to the US Embassy and see if they can help you. Always good to start, yes, with your embassy or your consulate. Cheeky Vimto's nice, but quite deadly. Vimto on ice, there's a refreshing drink. Johnny, bon dia alegria todos from sunny Penamacor. Look at that, it used to be Belgium, now it's Penamacor. I'm always an hour late for the show this week. It's an hour earlier than in Belgium. She's still in the habit, of course. Dominic, you are taking up space and using their Wi-Fi. It's only good manners. Exactly, Dominic. That's exactly what I feel. Buy a coffee. Even if you don't drink it, you could still buy it, couldn't you? Or say, can I give you... Actually, I think Portuguese cafe owners wouldn't let you pay like that. Just get a takeaway cake or do something like that if you don't feel like a coffee. Get a cakes, para lavar, box of cakes, yeah. But do the necessary there. Been here less than 36 hours and couldn't last without tasting the wine. So much for my abstinence attempt, at least for now. That didn't go very well, Lonnie. I'm not going out with you. If your will is as weak as that, you're going to lead me astray. Did you have another encounter with the Javalis lately? Yes, wild boar update. Some of the men here were laughing at me. Ooh, ran away from a little piggy, did we? And I tell you that the sound of it in the valley, it was like Jurassic Park. I kid you not. And I did have to run. And I looked at the dog looked at me, and we, in sort of man-dog understanding, we looked at each other and we thought to each other, we're going to have to run here. This is the only thing to do. And we left the little terrier behind to sort things out. And me and the bigger dog ran away at great speed, passing Usain Bolt on the way. Nothing further to report. Mrs. M is very uncomfortable about me going out at the moment, but I spoke to Manel, BFF Manel here, and he said, there's nothing to worry about. So I am reassured, and I think it was a bit of a one-off. I think they'd returned to the scene of the carnage and the crime, but nothing to report. But I do take a stick with me now. Not that would do me much good, but I just feel a little bit better for having that with me. Nice to know. Thank you for asking, Margarita. Nice to know it's an acceptable thing to introduce ourselves to our neighbours. We've just moved, and I was wondering if our Portuguese neighbours would find it intrusive. So certainly not. Take cakes, take wine, take anything. No, not anything. Take something good that you think they might like. Maybe wait for the second or third meeting before you introduce the cheeky Vimto to them. What have I missed about driving licenses? This is people swapping their British. What you're meant to do is swap. If you're British, you swap your British license for a Portuguese one. That does cause problems and is ongoing for a number of people here. Portuglish reporting in officially. Good morning, everyone, with some hearts there. Thank you very much. Tune in this week for more verbal dog fights. Is that in the man cave? Yep. Found it. So a trip to the man cave Friday and arrive at Faro Saturday 24th. It's a warm-up. Dare I say a little bit of foreplay for you there, Nigel. Portuguese style. Shocking hangover after Friday night. Good chats with the lads. Join the Expats Man Cave page for updates. There you go. Brilliant to see that spinning off beautifully there. Bon dia, Carl. As a single guy, what is the proper and respectful way to make the acquaintance of Portuguese ladies? Very good question, Sean, and good man for asking in that way. I think you hold your hand out and delicately take their hand and then pull it towards your face and give it a kiss, a French style, like a liaison dangereux, and say, enchanté, mademoiselle or madame. Actually, don't do any of that. But don't all us men dream of that, of taking in the fragrance of a perfumed glove and saying enchanté, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Sean, there are better men and women, I suspect, capable of answering that question. But yes, I think respectful is the way forward there. So do you mean as in what's a good place to meet ladies, and then how to approach? It sounds like we're going back to the court of old, doesn't it? But we have to pursue that, Sean. Thank you. That's an excellent question, and I think some answers will be forthcoming in due course. And we could always carry it forward to Gilda. Gilda will know, won't she? Ask Andrew. Be a British gentleman, not during a Okay, yes, it was a joke. Don't kiss anyone's hand, gloved or not, or maybe do it through the mask. I don't know. It was a joke. It was a joke. I might have got myself into some trouble there. If you want to be friends with Portuguese women, you need to meet her friends first. There we go. I told you somebody would be far more intelligent than I was in answering that question. That is perfect, isn't it? And establish yourself. It's like Jane Austen times, isn't it? Establish yourself as a new and available young gentleman of great wealth and what were the word? Flamboyance, possibly, who is new on the scene, and yes, meet with Portuguese women, married ones, work colleagues, and they will introduce you to their single friends. Isn't that great? Elra, genius. Yes and yes. Okay. Picking up a lady's hand and saying your nails need doing, love, is not going to work. Is not going to work. So we've got Gary here, and we're into the last few minutes. We are able to solve a mystery now. Hope that helps for now, Sean, but I think we're going to return to that, aren't we? I need to find the source of this story, which I've squirreled away. Who else here has thousands of things in their saved items thing on Facebook and never looks at them? You feel slightly better. It's like collecting books that you never read, isn't it? So I have... oh, here it is. Penina offers award for 1968 photo of Macca. Okay, so this Beatles fans, Beatles unfans, Macca detractors, if I could call you that, which applies to Garvo. But I have information that is contrary to what you say about Mr. McCartney. And this, if I can just bring this story up, if it will show itself. There we go. Yeah, Penina offers reward for photo of Paul McCartney performing at a hotel in 1968. Okay, so here it is. Here's the news article, which really I thought this was fascinating. So the Penina Hotel in Portugal is offering a 3-night stay to anyone who has a photo of the pack your bags, Gary. Anyone who has a photo of the iconic moment Paul McCartney performed an impromptu song at the hotel in December 1968. Oh, what a night. Oh, no, that was 63, wasn't it? The story has been told by locals for decades, and according to Penina, there's also evidence that confirms Paul McCartney's historic presence at Penina Hotel for a solo live performance during the height of the Beatles' fame, having even written a song called Penina. I just met a girl called That's somebody else, isn't it? But I wonder what a Beatles song about Penina would sound like. All that is missing is the photo for posterity, the hotel adds. The iconic evening started when Paul McCartney was on holiday in the Algarve in December 68. He is said to have entered the hotel at around 1:30 a.m. to exchange £5 for escudos, the national currency at the time. He then decided, hey, are you right there? Can you change this £5 note for some escudos? He then decided to visit the hotel's bar where the resident band Jota Hera were performing. Band members recognized the singer and asked him to join them. Come on, Paul, come on down, join us. The bar, which was half empty and almost closing, quickly filled up. Yeah, as word got round the village, right? With guests and staff who were overjoyed to see the world-famous musician singing an impromptu song while playing the piano. The party continued late into the night, around 4 a.m., and saw McCartney come up with this iconic Penina song, which he then offered to Jota Hera, who ended up recording it. Says the hotel, it's the only song by Paul McCartney as a member of the Beatles that was not recorded by the band. Unfortunately, there aren't any photographs of that historic moment at the hotel, but as the bar was filled with guests and staff, there is hope that someone may have taken a photograph. It adds, JJW Hotels and Resorts, owner of the hotel, is offering a 3-night stay to anyone who has a photo and sends it to the hotel. Well, I have to say, the mystery is now solved. Gary, pack your bags. Here we go, mate. We have unearthed that photograph of you with Macca at the hotel. Look at this in the hotel lobby. Paul McCartney on the left and Gary Austin looking pretty good in 1968 there. Look at that. So we should send this in. Pack your bags, buddy. We're going to the Algarve for a 3-night stay. I'll send this in later on to them. How about that? Okay, final comments then. Penina Lane. He just ripped off one of their existing songs. Penina Lane, you're in my ears and in my mind. Oh, okay, hold on. Where are we there? Sean Patterson getting some thumbs up. That's great. You don't meet the girls' friends first. They will block you, not me. My boyfriend, says Elra. I'm not sure that's in conjunction with Elra. Thank you, Gilda and Carl. So he goes out on holiday and still has to make a statement. Sad. Come on, get over it, man. We're going to get a free holiday here. Good morning. As an introvert, introducing myself to neighbours is a struggle, but something I need to do. What time of day is best, do you think? Honeymoon always 4 a.m, because Portuguese people are still up partying. Nigel, only joking again. I can honestly say I have more friends now in 18 months in Portugal than I have in the UK. Portuguese, German, Dutch, and English winter is great. Amazing. Isn't that great to know? And Penina Lane. John Rooney, you're a funny guy. He's the one who came up with Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and there he is with a hoot of a quick sting of a gag there. Penina Lane. Keep those coming, but we got to go. Maybe we'll continue that tomorrow. But look, we're on our way to the Algarve, Garvo, thanks to you and this cheeky snap from night. Do you think we'll get away with that? I don't know. Okay, folks, have a great day. Bye for now. We'll see you in the morning. And let's go to this wonderful outro of wonderful things you can do in Portugal sometime soon, hopefully.